This is our vision, our mission and values: integrity, commitment, advanced excellence. This is very involved with President Lincoln's promise. The VA is actually comprised of 3 different departments: the Veterans Benefits Administration, the Veterans Health Administration, which the Vet Center is part of, which is all your health, and then the National Cemetery Administration. And as you can see, with the Veterans Benefits Administration, that's all your vocational rehabilitation, employment, home loans, life insurance, and then you have the Health Administration, mental health, primary care, specialty care, and so on and so forth. National Cemetery Administration, of course, is for the final resting of our veterans and some of the benefits. Now, I can help you if anybody has any veteran situation. I can definitely help you or steer you in the right direction. That's one of the reasons I wanted to do this. And this is eligibility. That's probably the biggest thing that veterans face. Are they eligible for anything? The biggest thing that they really have to have is what they call their DD-214, which is their separation paper. Most of the time, town halls have them because they turn them in, or they might have them sitting somewhere, but if they can't get it, we can get it for them. It just has to be requested. So the benefits on that part for the eligibility all depends on like service history, medical need, the income level. You might not be eligible with your DD-214, but your income level might make you eligible. There's a lot of variables. Once you do get eligibility, there's help with employment, there's education, finances, healthcare, housing, and of course, for the memorialization. We're going to be sending this out. Please take a look at the VA Welcome Kit. It gives you a lot of information. Anything about the VA can actually be accessed on www.va.gov. And for your VA facility locator, of course, we know that we have one in West Haven, Connecticut, which is the main hospital. All the large surgeries, everything else that gets done there, and it's in co-working with Yale with some new techniques, and they also have a lot of interns that work there also. Now, the one in Newington is only open from 8 to 4:30, but it's mostly set up for the VBA, Veterans Benefits Administration, and then also for the health cemetery, which the VBA helps with. This is the Vet Center. We offer a wide range of services to the community. We're across the nation. We have probably about 333 vet centers, including Hawaii, Guam, and Puerto Rico. So there's a vet center almost everywhere. And I will give you the vet center connection, and I mean the email, not the email, the link, so that you can find a vet center near you. So it was established in '79, mostly because of the number of Vietnam vets were having really experiencing readjustment problems. So in '91, it was kind of expanded after the Persian Gulf War, and they extended eligibility And in years to follow, Congress extended eligibility services to include combat veterans of all eras. Believe it, there is a lot of different ones. I don't really want to list all of them, but that www.va.gov will give you the information. Now, military sexual trauma you do not have to be eligible for the VA as long as the military sexual trauma happened in the military. Now, bereavement counseling for families is also offered, and usually we do, of course, active duty. All active duty veterans are also eligible for any mental health that they might be seeking, even though Groton is kind of far and they go on a naval base for TRICARE for mental health. We can offer mental health in one of our 4 places in Connecticut, which is Danbury, Hartford, Rocky Hill, which is in Rocky Hill. Of course, this is Orange, which is the New Haven Vet Center. And then we have Norwich, excuse me, this is the New Haven Vet Center. Let me see here. Okay, and this is what we offer: confidentiality, place to talk. Counselors, most of the counselors are veterans themselves. We have flexible hours. Hours after 4:30 can be arranged if need be, but that has to be pre-approved by the director. And we're very easily community accessible, and our services are no cost to the veteran and family. These are the different services that we offer. And, you know, we'll go from group counseling, family counseling, bereavement, of course, military sexual trauma. We do a lot of education outreach, which I'm doing. And we also deal with the Army National Guard, Air Guard in the state of Connecticut for pre-deployment and post-deployment counseling if need be. We do referrals for substance abuse and assessments. We do employment assessment and referrals, and the VBA benefits explanation and referral. Screening and referral for medical issues, including TBI, depression, and so forth. We are very closely connected with the West Haven VA. We actually work back and forth, and we're a little bit more accessible in the community. Some of the veterans do not like going to a larger hospital with a lot of crowds. And they also seem to have a little bit of more trust with us, and because they don't look at us as a big hospital establishment. And then this is the eligibility. Of course, military duty, combat theater, or area of hostility, military sexual trauma, medical. If you were directly involved with the medical care and mortuary services while you were serving in the military or casualties of war, that's covered. Also, just recently, members of the unmanned aerial vehicle crew are also able to seek services here at the Vet Center when they are used in combat zones of our areas of hostility. Of course, Vietnam era veterans can access it prior to January 1st, 2004. And Vet Center services are also provided to family members of veterans and service members. Every single Vet Center has a family therapist embedded within the Vet Center. so family members can be taken care of with the veteran. And we also do active duty veterans. Our biggest thing is our confidentiality. It's solely by the VA vet centers. We keep confidential records that are separate from the VA and the Department of Defense medical records. And we will not disclose any information to anybody unless the service member or the service member voluntarily signs authorization and what specifically can be released, which is a very big part of it. Our main server is out in Colorado for all the vet centers. That's where all of our confidentiality goes. So it's completely separate from the Department of Defense and or VA hospitals. We have mobile vet centers. We have 80 vehicles. This is used for outreach to all our veteran service members and families. Also, considering how far the VA services might be, this provides easy access to services. And then mostly we use them also at returning service members for outreach for demobilization for active military bases, National Guard and Reserve. Each mobile vet center has the state-of-the-art satellite communications, fully encrypted teleconferencing equipment, and access to all VA and cognitive to emergency response systems. You can request an MVC for any large events that you might be having. The other thing that the mobile vet center is used for is disasters. They've been known to go any disasters that happen. Of course, like with our recent outbreak, we had some MVCs that were actually in New York City to come and help. This is what it looks like. They have separate rooms for counseling. It can be used on a medical basis. It has telenet screens and doctors can go on it. It's used a lot also in areas like New Mexico where there's Indian reservations. They'll go there and they'll actually sit there for a week. They'll take medical people or nurses with them. And of course, they'll be offering counseling too. The vehicle is set up so that the driver and the counselors can actually sleep on it. It has its own kitchen-like. Some of them have their own showers. It's very, very efficient, and it's state of the art. And then we also have what's called a vet center call center, separate from the VA medical center. And this is mostly for us to connect with the combat veterans and to get them the help and where the closest vet centers are, and also to help them if there is a handoff possible to the VA crisis hotline. Here's the number for it. That will be going out to everybody that joined us. And this is the local vet centers in Danbury, Hartford, New Haven, and Norwich. And again, vet centers and vet center call center. And I would like Kathryn to jump in and just talk real quick about the vet center services and how it actually works at every vet center here in the state of Connecticut.
Sure. Thanks for having me.
Kathryn?
Every vet center obviously is different.
Kathryn? Oh, I guess she's not with us.
Can you hear me?
Okay. I just want to ask.
No, we were able to hear her, Gabe. I was able to hear her.
With her. Oh, well.
Gabe.
I wanted to ask if there's
me?
any questions. And of course,
yes, we can hear you, but Gabe can't.
You guys will be sending this out.
Gabe can't hear us.
Very well.
Gabe, they can hear me, Gabe.
Run in the next room and tell them.
Yeah,
Gabe,
they're on.
They can hear me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't hear them.
Right.
Go ahead, Kathryn.
I'm here.
Go ahead.
So as you can see, we have 4 vet centers in the state of Connecticut. As Gabe said, we have over 330 in the United States, in Guam and Virgin Islands, etc. In other territories like Puerto Rico. We are part of the VA, but we fall under a different umbrella. We have a different fund control point, but we are still part of the VA, and we are in the community, as Gabe said. So it's not a hospital setting. We're a very comfortable setting, very homey. Often veterans would just come and just feel safe, and well, before COVID happened, and just hang out in the lobby, bring donuts and just talk, and if they were having a bad day, would just drop in and feel comfortable here. We have many therapeutic events, well, pre-COVID, where we would bring the veterans out for recreational activities, such as sporting events, also fishing. I know that there was equine in the past, and also have vendors, stakeholders, local, like Orange Community Center will allow us to have yoga groups there. So we're a little bit, different than the hospital. We provide group, individual, couples, and family therapy. Also bereavement counseling and military sexual trauma. But I'm a marriage and family therapist, and we also have another marriage and family therapist on board. We do have Gabe's a veteran, Heather's a veteran on board, and Tyrone is a veteran as well. Those that are not veterans, such as myself, come from families with veterans, so we're very familiar with military culture. So like Gabe said, everything is confidential. Our record-keeping system is separate than the hospitals, and a lot of veterans like that because if they're working, also if they're many VA employees seek care here as well, because it's confidential, it's a private setting. And also what's really important is that there are several veterans that have security clearances, and so having a separate record keeping system is very good for them. And we're at no cost, and we also have non-traditional hours. Right now we're 8 to 4:30. We are 8 to 6:30 2 days a week on Mondays and Tuesdays, but we have the non-traditional hours, which really assists veterans and their families because people work and aren't able to go during the day. So we're open till 6:30, sometimes 7 o'clock, Monday through Thursday, and then Saturday appointments by appointment. So if you have any questions, I'd be happy to engage.